Hey guys, welcome back. If this is another video that you've watched in this series on how to set up your course in Canvas. In this video, we're going to look at the announcements link specifically to understand what it's for and how to create the different things that you want to create in that announcement. So the last video, we looked at setting up the homepage, and an important part of that was telling students what to do next, right? We spent some time with the video, making sure students get to know us and get to know a little bit about the course. But now we want them to move on to getting started, actually doing some things that are assigned in the course, especially students that are taking this course completely online. You will not have that chance to get in front of them, to talk with them, to help them move forward. So they're going to have to be a combination of their efforts to kind of get started, but very clear directions and very a clear path forward that you're providing as well. So we want to try to provide that clear path forward in as helpful a way as we can. So where we're going to start with that is we've told students to go click on the announcements link and then follow the directions in the Getting Started with CFS announcement. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the announcements link so you can see what this page will look like. It looks very much like a discussion board, which is something that you may or may not use in your Canvas course as you're moving along throughout the year. And the announcement we're going to look at is the first one called Getting Started with CSF. Gosh, I have a hard time talking here. All right, so we welcome students to the course. And then what we're asking them to do is, again, we're thinking about this announcement from the standpoint of the students that are taking this class completely online. So even if I have kids come in on Monday and Tuesday of the first week of school and I do these things with them, I want them to have this recording of the activities that I actually want them to accomplish the first day of school here available to them. But also thinking about our kids that are completely online, again, this is kind of the way they're going to learn about the course. So the first place I'm going to direct them is to the syllabus page in Canvas where they can learn more about the course. So I'm giving them some pointers on what things to pay close attention to, some other pieces to be aware of, like the frequently asked questions page and our help desk discussion board, which are both on the syllabus page, which we'll look at in the next video. I want them to read through the course syllabus that's been provided in Google Docs and then complete a syllabus quiz. And so important here is I'm not really asking kids to go figure out how to find all this stuff. Remember, we've reduced down the number of links here to a very small number, only 5, because we're trying to really help kids get from the home page to the thing that we want them to get to in as simple a way as possible. So if we can have them consistently go from the home page to the announcement and then via links on the announcements to get right into the different things they need to get to, that's really the best approach, right? Instead of having them try to figure out the navigation and figure out how to get to everything, we want to take them right there through these links in our announcements section. So again, the first thing I'm having them do is review our syllabus to go over that with kids in class. I'm going to go over that with them because obviously that's something that I want to do as a teacher is engage them in discussion and give them some expectations for what I have for the course. I'm also going to have kids join our Remind account because Remind is a tool that I like to use that I think is very important for having interaction with students outside of class. You might have a different tool that you like to use or a different approach, and that's fine. Whatever you like to use, this is a good time to have them do that as this first week of school kind of stuff. We're using a online site called CodeHS throughout this class, so I'm going to have them go ahead and go to the CodeHS site to sign up for an account, and I've given them some directions on that. They have a sign up with Google, so that makes it pretty easy. And then the last thing they're going to do is there's a course pretest in CodeHS that I'd like to have them complete. So while they're already signed into CodeHS from creating their account, they can go ahead and do the pretest as well. So this is really like the first 2 days, if you will, of little things that I want kids to do to get ready for the course. And I do suggest doing this because, again, this gives kids a feel for what they need to do in Canvas to get to the things that they want to do. And if you give them early on a number of really simple activities that take them right to what they need to do and make it pretty straightforward, you're building this self-efficacy in students that's telling them, okay, I really can do this online thing. It's really not that hard. I can get to where I need to get very quickly by following the homepage to announcements to the activity, succession of activities, and then get there and do what I need to do. So it shouldn't be that bad. So hopefully that's accomplished here. The other thing I want to show you in announcements is an announcement that I'm going to post after the first 2 days. So even though I'm calling it, week 1 activities, what you're going to see with this is what we're doing after those first 2 days of class. So I'm going to go ahead and hit edit so that you can see how this is set up in the editor that Canvas gives us. This is just like the editor we used on the page for our home page. So there's no difference in the tools that are here. We give it a title. This is the title that'll show up. And so I, again, just kind of welcome them to the first week of Computer Science Foundations. Gave them a quick overview of what we're going to do this week. Most weeks I'm probably going to actually do a super quick video just to give them some ideas of what's going on. Again, because I want those online students to see my face, hear my voice, realize I'm a real person and not just some kind of bot sitting behind a keyboard creating things. And then I'm going to push them again to see the outline of what things we're doing this week. So I think this table setup is really important, and you can create tables in Canvas by using this table tool that's right here. So again, fairly easy. It feels a lot like, should feel a lot like Google Docs or Microsoft Word for those of you that use those tools. Get out of that for a second. So it wants me to do some things to the table that I don't really want to do. But again, I'm showing them, if you're a hybrid student, here's the path you follow. If you're an online student, here's the path you follow, because there is going to be some differences, right? For my online students, I'm going to have them on Monday of this week, and then Tuesday with a different group, and then Thursday, and I don't quite know how Friday is going to work yet because that stuff hasn't been figured out. Friday is supposed to be a teacher work day, and it might stay that way, so we might lose a day with students in that regard. But again, this is something I can go back and edit however I want. So if I want to get rid of the Friday on here, I certainly can, and I can adjust that. But again, we want students to be able to see and quickly get to the different activities that they need to accomplish. So when kids click on these links, it'll actually open up the assignment page that I created for all of this work. And we'll see more about those assignment pages once we get into the modules video for learning about how to use Canvas. So again, the big point here that we really want to make sure we have communicated is that you introduce what you're doing that week so kids have an idea of what's going on, and then you go ahead and use some kind of table setup or something similar to this where students that are coming in 2 days a week know what they're going to be expected to do, and kids that are online only also know what they're expected to do, and you kind of give them an outline with direct access to the things that you're doing. So if I were doing things with hybrid students that there's no direct access to because they're turning something in physically in class, then this would look different, right? I would not have a link here to something. I would just describe it as, get rid of this whole thing here. CIA triad. Okay, there we go. Actually, let's get rid of this hyperlink here. That didn't do it either. All right, gonna have to do it this way. Move link. All right. Yeah, because that might be, again, that might be an in-class activity that I do with students instead of a activity where they can do it online on their own. So again, big idea here, very clear what students are doing what, how to get to the different things they need to get to if it's something they can get to because it's not something you're doing in class. And that way, again, we're making it as streamlined for students as possible. This particular post I've actually delayed. So this is a great little trick that you can use if you want to delay your postings. So like set up your announcement like a week in advance and then just hit delay post until the time that you need to post it. That is absolutely a great strategy that I would encourage you to use. So you can start setting up announcements into the future. I wouldn't suggest more than a couple weeks into the future generally, because sometimes those things change. But setting up some announcements going into the future is a really convenient way for you as a teacher to stay just far enough ahead of your students that you're not getting caught off guard with anything. So I'm going to cancel this because I kind of like how my announcement was already set up. But again, as students get here, they'll be able to click right on these links to go where they need to go based on who they are and what they are being asked to do. So that's the whole point of announcements, and that's hopefully the way that you're going to be thinking about it to be able to get students to do what they need to do this year. All right, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.